What if I told you that you can be surrounded by people every single day and still feel completely alone? You can have hundreds of followers, dozens of contacts in your phone, and still wonder, if I disappeared today, who would really notice? Loneliness doesn't always look like sitting in a dark room by yourself. Sometimes it looks like laughing with coworkers while feeling unseen. Sometimes it looks like scrolling through social media for hours, hoping someone will message you first. Sometimes it looks like telling yourself, maybe I'm just not interesting enough. Maybe people don't really want me around. If you've ever felt that way, this video is for you. Not because I'm going to tell you that everything will magically get better, but because I want to show you something even more powerful. You are not broken, and while loneliness is real, it doesn't have to become your permanent address. Today, we'll explore why so many people feel disconnected, the hidden habits that keep us lonely, and practical steps you can start taking today to build genuine, meaningful relationships. Stay until the end, because the final lesson may completely change the way you think about friendship. The hidden epidemic. We often assume loneliness only affects people who live alone. That's not true. Some of the loneliest people are surrounded by others every day. Students, married couples, professionals, parents, even people who seem outgoing and popular. Loneliness isn't simply the absence of people. It's the absence of meaningful connection. That's why someone can have thousands of followers online, yet nobody they feel safe calling during a difficult moment. Modern life has made communication easier than ever, but connection, that's becoming harder. We are sending more messages, posting more photos, watching more stories, yet spending less time having deep conversations. We're replacing presence with notifications, conversation with comments, friendship with followers. Technology is a wonderful tool, but it can never replace eye contact, shared laughter, a warm handshake, or sitting with someone who truly listens. Real connection is built through shared experiences, vulnerability, trust, and time. Why we stay lonely. Many people want connection. Few realize they may be unintentionally pushing it away. Sometimes we wait for others to approach us. We think, if they wanted to be my friend, they'd call. If they cared, they'd invite me. If they noticed me, they'd say something. Meanwhile, the other person may be thinking exactly the same thing. Loneliness often survives because everyone is waiting. Another reason is fear. Fear of rejection, fear of awkward conversations, fear of not fitting in, fear of hearing no. So, we protect ourselves. We avoid conversations, decline invitations, stay home, tell ourselves we don't really need people. But underneath that protective shell is a heart longing to belong. Here's an important truth. Rejection may hurt, but isolation slowly steals joy. Every meaningful friendship begins with someone risking a conversation, someone saying hello, someone asking a question, someone deciding to be brave. The lies loneliness tells you. Loneliness has a voice. It whispers lies. It says, nobody likes you. You're too different. You'll always be alone. Everyone already has their own friends. But feelings are not always facts. One lonely season does not define your worth. Your current circle does not determine your value. Your relationship status does not measure your importance. Every person you admire once felt uncertain walking into a room full of strangers. Every friendship started with people who didn't know each other. Remember that. You don't need everyone to accept you. You only need a few genuine relationships. Depth matters more than numbers. Quality matters more than popularity. One trustworthy friend is more valuable than 100 shallow acquaintances. Practical steps to build real human connections. Let's move from understanding the problem to solving it. Here are practical steps you can begin today. First, become the kind of friend you're hoping to find. If you want kindness, show kindness. If you want someone who listens, become a good listener. People are naturally drawn to those who make them feel heard and valued. Second, leave your comfort zone. Join a reading club. Attend community events. Volunteer. Take a class. Play a sport. Visit places where people naturally gather around shared interests. Friendships often grow through repeated interactions. Third, start conversations. You don't need perfect words. Simple questions work. How has your week been? What brought you here? What are you passionate about? People remember how you made them feel more than what you said. Fourth, be consistent. Real friendships aren't built in one conversation. They grow through regular contact. Send a message. Follow up. Remember birthdays. Celebrate milestones. Check in when someone has been quiet. Small acts done consistently build lasting trust. Finally, be patient. Meaningful relationships take time. Just as trees don't grow overnight, neither do deep friendships. Keep showing up. Keep being genuine. Keep investing in people. What you gain when you connect. Sincerely, there is a difference between networking and connecting. Networking often asks, what can this person do for me? Sincere connection asks, how can we enrich each other's lives? The strongest relationships are not built on usefulness. They are built on authenticity. When you connect with people sincerely, you gain something far more valuable than popularity. You gain perspective. Every person carries experiences you don't have, lessons you haven't learned, and strengths you may never develop on your own. Genuine conversations expand your thinking. They challenge your assumptions and help you see life through different eyes. You gain encouragement. Life is difficult for everyone at some point. During those seasons, genuine friends remind you of your strength when you've forgotten it yourself. They celebrate your victories without jealousy and stand beside you during your struggles without judgment. You gain accountability. A true friend won't simply tell you what you want to hear. They'll lovingly tell you what you need to hear. They'll encourage your growth, challenge unhealthy habits, and remind you of the person you're capable of becoming. You gain opportunities. Many of life's greatest opportunities don't come through advertisements. They come through relationships, a recommendation, a collaboration, a mentor, a business partner, a trusted referral. People often open doors for people they know, trust, and respect. But remember, if your only reason for building relationships is to gain opportunities, people will sense it. Real connection is never manipulation. It's mutual care. Finally, sincere connection gives you something every human being longs for, a sense of belonging. Not fitting in. Belonging. There's a difference. Fitting in requires pretending. Belonging allows you to be yourself. And when someone knows the real you and still chooses to walk beside you, that is one of life's greatest gifts.
The joy of genuine connection and friendship. Think back to some of your happiest memories. Chances are they weren't created because you bought something expensive. They were created because you shared them with someone. A conversation that lasted until midnight. A road trip filled with laughter. A friend who showed up when everyone else disappeared. A mentor who believed in you before you believed in yourself. A family member who sat quietly beside you during a painful season. These are the moments that stay with us. Human beings are created for connection. Success without someone to celebrate with feels incomplete. Pain shared with someone who cares becomes easier to carry. Joy multiplied through friendship becomes even greater. That's the beauty of genuine relationships. They don't remove life's challenges. They help you face them together. And here's something worth remembering. The goal isn't to know more people. The goal is to know people more deeply. A small circle of trustworthy, caring, dependable friends is worth far more than a crowd of casual acquaintances. As you build these friendships, don't chase perfection. No friend will meet every expectation. There will be misunderstandings, disagreements, moments that require forgiveness. Healthy friendships aren't those without conflict. They're the ones where respect, honesty, grace, and commitment are stronger than the conflict itself. So choose to become the kind of friend you hope to have. Be present. Listen more than you speak. Celebrate others sincerely. Apologize when you're wrong. Forgive when it's appropriate. Keep your promises. Protect people's trust. And never underestimate the power of simple acts of kindness. One encouraging message. One invitation. One thoughtful conversation. One moment of genuine care. These small actions often become the beginning of lifelong friendships. As we come to the end of this conversation, remember this. You don't need to impress people to build meaningful relationships. You need to be authentic. You don't need hundreds of friends. You need a handful of people who know your heart, challenge your growth, celebrate your progress, and remind you that you're never alone. The richest life isn't measured by how many people know your name. It's measured by how many lives are better because you were part of theirs. So today, make a decision. Don't just scroll through life. Don't just observe people from a distance. Reach out. Start the conversation. Accept the invitation. Reconnect with someone you've lost touch with. Be the friend you've been waiting for. Because genuine human connection is one of life's greatest treasures. And sometimes, one sincere conversation has the power to change a life, including your own. Conclusion. As we come to the end of this conversation, I want you to remember one simple truth. Loneliness is an experience. It is not your identity. Where you are today doesn't have to be where you remain. The relationships you long for won't appear overnight, but they can begin with one intentional step. One conversation. One invitation. One act of kindness. One decision to stop waiting and start connecting. Throughout this video, we've seen that genuine human connection isn't about collecting contacts, gaining followers, or being the most popular person in the room. It's about building relationships rooted in trust, authenticity, empathy, and mutual growth. We've also discovered that sincere connections enrich our lives in ways success alone never can. They broaden our perspective, encourage us during difficult seasons, hold us accountable, open unexpected doors, and give us something every human heart longs for, a true sense of belonging. And perhaps that's one of life's greatest gifts. Because when life celebrates, you have someone to celebrate with. When life becomes difficult, you have someone to lean on. When you lose your way, someone reminds you who you are. When you succeed, someone genuinely rejoices with you. That is the joy of genuine friendship. So don't spend your life trying to impress people. Invest in people. Don't chase popularity. Pursue authenticity. Don't ask, how many people know me? Instead, ask, how many people are better because I chose to love, encourage, support, and genuinely connect with them? Remember, meaningful relationships are not built by chance. They are built through intentionality, through consistency, through honesty, through forgiveness, through showing up, again and again. And before we end, I want to leave you with a challenge. This week, take one practical step toward building a real human connection. Call someone you've been meaning to check on. Send that encouraging message. Invite someone for coffee. Join a community. Introduce yourself to someone new. Or simply put your phone down for a while and give someone your full attention. You may never know how much that small act means to another person. And perhaps, it will be the beginning of a friendship that changes both your lives. Because in the end, a fulfilling life isn't measured by the size of your bank account, the number of followers you have, or the titles you've earned. It's measured by the lives you've touched, the relationships you've nurtured, and the love you've shared. Never underestimate the power of a genuine connection. One conversation can restore hope. One friendship can change a life. One act of kindness can create a ripple that reaches farther than you'll ever know. If this message resonated with you, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What is one practical step you're committing to this week to build a genuine human connection? Your story might inspire someone else to take their first step too. If you found value in this video, please like it, share it with someone who may need this encouragement, and subscribe for more conversations on personal growth, emotional well-being, and living a life of purpose. Until next time, remember this. Life is richer when we grow together, stronger when we stand together, and more meaningful when we genuinely connect with one another. Take care, keep growing, and never stop building the relationships that make life truly worth living.